Okay, so let's look at these. It is asking for rotations, and rotations are kind of turning around a point, which this case being the origin. And it's telling you to go clockwise, which is going to be that direction, right? So we're going to rotate this point from W from quadrant 4 to quadrant 1, okay? Um, so let's go ahead and do that. In order to do that, you need to know that in order to move it 90 degrees, the easiest way in my mind to do it is to memorize some, like a little, um, I don't know, to memorize that you need to take the x point and make it uh, negative x in the y spot, and then here this y goes in the x spot. So you turn them around and you make the x negative, okay? So to do that, we have to first put all our points here. You can see that I have some whiteout going on here because I made a mistake the first time I did this. So for V, we're going to go to negative 1, 2, 3, and then up 1. For W, we're going to go to negative 1, 1. Okay. For U, we're going to negative 4, down to negative 4. For X, we're not moving left or right, so that's 0, and then we go down 2. Okay? So those are the points for those points. So when we get the primed points here, which I'm going to write in red, we want to take the y coordinate and put it in the front. See, we'll take the y that's on the back and we're going to put it in the front. So that y is going to be right there. The x coordinate, negative 3, we're going to put it in the back, but we're going to do the opposite of negative 3. So it's a positive 3. Okay, let's go ahead and graph that one. We're going to positive 1, positive 3. So that would be V prime. So look and see if it seems like it's going in a circle. Okay, seems right so far. So this negative 1, okay, this y coordinate, which is 1, is going to go in the front, which is going to be just like it is. The x coordinate, negative 1, is going to be the opposite, so it's going to be 1. So we're going to go to 1, 1. And we're going to put that as W prime. Does it look like it's going in a circle still? That's what it should look like. It looks like a circle. Okay? So U, we're going to take that y coordinate of 4 and put it in the front. And the x coordinate of negative 4, we're going to put it in the back, but we're going to do the opposite. So it's going to be positive 4. So this should have been a negative 4 right here, and I think I said negative 4, but I didn't write it. So here, this should be 4, negative 4. So here, this is going to be negative 4 right here. Right? Okay, and I knew that because you know if you're going 90 degrees clockwise that it's going to move one quadrant clockwise, so it's going to be up here. So I knew what I had was wrong because it was not going to be in the right quadrant. So it's a good way to check yourself. So negative 4, positive 4, okay, and that is in the right quadrant for U prime, okay? So here we're going to take this y, which is negative 2, and put it in the front, and the x, we're going to do the opposite of 0, which is still just 0. So we're going to go to negative 2, 0 for x prime. I'm going to check that we move one quadrant over. We sure did. So it looks like we're doing everything right. Let's go ahead and connect them and kind of see if it looks right from that point. So does it look like we simply just rotated this like that? And it does. We just rotated it 90 degrees. Okay? So you just need to, for the test, you need to make sure you study this. I would make yourself some flashcards, rotation 90 degrees clockwise about the origin, and then I would have this written down. And I would memorize it. And then when you take the test, I would go through all the questions, find the one that says rotation 90 degrees clockwise, write that down. Don't do the rest of the problem, just write that down. Then I would look for the one that says rotation 180 degrees, And then I would say, and 180 is a full one around, so it doesn't matter if it says clockwise or counterclockwise. And I would have this written down. The xy turns into negative x, negative y. Okay. And this one is a rotation of 180 degrees about the origin. Aha, that same one. Okay. Rotation 90 degrees counterclockwise. This one was 90 degrees clockwise. So this one is going the other way. Okay. And so on this one, we still are flipping our x and y, but this time it's our y that's negative instead of our x. Okay. And I would just make yourself a flashcard with that, and make sure you memorize that. Okay. So 90 degrees counterclockwise, same as number 4. 90 degrees clockwise, same as number 1. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, number 7 is different. Let's look at that really quick. I thought that was the answer key, but it's not. It says write a rule to describe each transformation. Okay. So this one you can see. All right. I would write all my points out. That's what I would do on this one. So you're going to write these points first because these are the ones without the primes. So Q, R, and S. Okay. So Q, 1, 2, 3, 4, positive 4, down 1, negative 3. R, positive 5, negative 3. And S, positive 5, negative 5. Okay. Now, on this side over here, you're going to write the primed ones. So you have Q prime, R prime, S prime, keeping them lined up. Okay. Probably should have not written so big so that I could have more room, but we'll be fine. So Q prime, you go to 1, 2, 3, and then you go up to 4. Okay. So then on R, you go to 3 and up to 5. And on S, you go to 5 and up to 5. Okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to go backwards. Okay? So you see these first set here is always x comma y. It is always x comma y. Okay? And then the second set here, you're going to figure out what you did. So you took your x and you put it in the back, and it's exactly the same. It hasn't changed. So this is just a plain x back here. Okay, and then I took my y and I put it in the front, but it's the opposite. It's now positive. So that's a negative y because it's the opposite. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm going from xy to negative yx. Okay, and then I'm going to look at my rules. Which one is negative yx? Nope, nope, yes. You're going to memorize that using your flashcards and write it on your test. And then you're going to be able to say that's a 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. So you're going to write rotation 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. Okay? So just make sure that these little rules are things that you memorize, okay? And then you can apply the same process going backwards.